Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Senator Welch and then Senator Rosen.
Thank you very much. I was going to ask Lance Little a question about what happened at CTAC. First of all, my understanding is that CTAC had some backup information, or it had backup access, so that it wasn't, that mitigated significantly the cyber attack. Is that right?
Yes, we did have backup, and the backup was not compromised.
Yeah, well, that's terrific. Thanks for that. Just one question. On the passengers, were they all able to get everything that they had lost, baggage and so on?
So when we just started, because we had to shut basically the systems down so we could prevent any further attacks, we had to actually execute our continuity of operations plan, and one of them is actually to start doing sorting bags manually. We also had to implement what we call a fallback tag, where we do a semi-manual process with bag tags, because the system that the airlines used to actually access the bag tag information, that system was inaccessible. So we had our two backup plans that we actually used to go through that process until we actually restored access to what we call the bag sortation messaging system.
How long did that take before folks got their bags back?
It depends. It varied for the different airlines. So for, I think, Alaska and Delta, we got that back in like 2 days. And then for the other airlines, it took us a little bit longer.
Thank you. You know, the other thing in that hack, a lot of individuals had their private information compromised, or could be compromised. And the question I think I have for you, but it also would apply if this happens again, and obviously there are bad actors out there that are hoping or trying to make it happen again. Is there monitoring on behalf of those folks whose information may have been compromised, so that if it is used, they're given that information? That is something that was provided after the OPM hack in the government.
Yes, so any employee that we find out that their personal information has been compromised, we're going to notify them immediately, and we're going to provide credit monitoring as well.
So you're actively doing that.
Yes.
You'll know if there is one of your employees that has had his or her information compromised, you'd be able to alert that person?
Yes, we'll alert them immediately, and we'll provide credit monitoring and any other support services.
And I'm not sure how much information about this hack you have decided CTAC has provided, but is it committed to sharing more details and the lessons learned as more information becomes available?
Yeah, definitely. We just immediately when the incident happened, we actually a call was facilitated through Airport Council International, where we got all the airports and some airlines together just to let them know exactly what was happening, so they could take actions to prevent it from happening there as well. In addition, we're going to conduct an after-action report that's going to be done by a third-party vendor, and we'll share that information industry-wide so everybody can utilize it to improve their cyber defenses as well.
All right, thank you very much. And for Marty Reynolds, have all the flying passengers who were impacted by the CrowdStrike outage been adequately and fairly reimbursed for their travel?
Sir, thank you for that question. My expertise is in cybersecurity, and it's not in accommodations. And I want to make sure I get you the right answer and an accurate answer to your question. So I'd like to take that back and provide you an answer.
Well, I'd like it if you would do that. I appreciate that. And let me ask John Braille from the Consumers League. You know, when I fly, a lot of folks around me are using the internet. And what's the security situation with respect to Wi-Fi in flight?
Senator, thank you for the question. While I can't speak to sort of specific security tools that airlines implement for their in-flight Wi-Fi, what our general advice to consumers is whenever they're using a public Wi-Fi network, and I think this would definitely apply when you're on an airplane, is to avoid sharing sensitive information. So, for example, if you are, I would advise against doing things like online banking, for example, if you're on a public Wi-Fi network, because you just don't know who may be snooping on that signal. So, I think that generally applies to in-flight Wi-Fi, though I'd be happy to see what I can find and get back to you about sort of if there are specific security protocols.
Yeah,
that are used
I'd
for
like that. So you're suggesting that folks who are using in-flight Wi-Fi take precautions as they would potentially in any public access Wi-Fi situation?
Yes, Senator.
Okay, thank you. I yield back.
Thank you. I'm so glad our colleagues are showing up for this important hearing.